Hi, welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm doing a quick video for two reasons actually. One is because I'm actually filming on the Panasonic GH4 in the 4K cine quality, the top quality the camera does, with the idea that I'm going to see if my computer can handle it, what's it like to edit, is it possible, and how can I use the fact that it's 4K with regards to zooming in and things like when I'm showing the camera, if I can zoom in on it, how that sort of all works. So twofold. The second reason is to just do a quick review, and this is just an initial review of the new Micro Four Thirds camera I have, which is part of my new equipment. If you see my other video that I've uploaded recently called I'm Back, you'll see that I've sold off all my full frame Nikon equipment and my D7000 that I've got there. That's going as well. Everything's sold, and I've gone to this Micro Four Thirds system with the Lumix GH4 as my main camera and this as my little backup. The reason being, they can both use the same lenses. The prime lenses that when I get them, or when I get it, will be stabilised on this, which I think is a nice feature. So I think the idea is that they're going to work quite well together. And when I'm out and about, I can just take this, perhaps one lens, and it's just a lovely small compact thing. If I want to go out with all my gear, I can get everything in this little tiny low pro bag, and it's not heavy or anything. So that's the idea behind it. I'm also using the app for the GH4, so I can view real time what's happening with regards to the video. So I'm seeing how that works, because that's one of the reasons why I went for the GH4, that sort of functionality. So a bit of a test video really, so let me know what you think. The reason that I bought this little camera, as opposed to, I think we're up to the EPL 7 now, is it? I don't know if there was a 6, but there's definitely a 7, I think. And also there's an EP5, this is an EPL 5, and I think the EP5 is the more expensive one, and it's the one I would have liked, but I bought this EPL 5 with a bag and a case and a little plastic hood thing, couple of spare batteries, and it cost me less than 200 quid, and I thought, well, that's a really good deal. It's got the same 16 megapixel sensor that's in the OMD EM5, which is a fantastic camera. So I thought, well, I'm getting really good image quality. I'm getting image stabilisation in the body, albeit 3-axis, not the 5-axis, but good enough for what I want. It came with the little kit lens, the 14-42 Olympus, which is fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's a kit lens, and you can say no more about it really. But my intention is to get the Olympus 45 1.8 prime to go on here, and also I'll be able to use that on the GH4, but predominantly it'll be for this camera. Other reasons I bought it, I like the fact that the screen flips out and back on itself, so you can sort of flip it up like that, so you can do selfies, and also you can like when I'm doing videos, if I just want to do a quick video with this rather than using the GH4, I can easily see what's happening on it, because unfortunately there's no Wi-Fi with this one. I think they came with Wi-Fi cards, but I haven't got any Wi-Fi cards, and this didn't come with one, so not a problem for me. I mean, I'd have loved it to have a headphone jack, that's the only thing. So when I use this, the sound's okay, but with this lens on it, the kit lens, you do hear a bit of in the background, but it's not bad. It's not bad. But I've got the Zoom H1 I can use if I do any recording with this anyway. And by the way, the sound that you're hearing now is just wired directly into the GH4. So again, that's another thing I'm testing. So I won't go too much into specification for this camera. I'm going to do that at a later date. This is just an initial sort of thoughts on what's it like. With a lot of the, I tell you what, the camera I did have was the Sony NEX6, which is a fantastic camera, beautiful sensor in it, but the lens choices just weren't there for me on the Sony system, and the autofocus was nowhere near as quick as it is on this and the GH4, and that's one of the big things for me, was having really fast autofocus. Now, I don't think, you know, in this day and age, we should have to put up with any sort of delays. It should be lock on bang, and that's what this does. It's just, it's insanely fast. It just, I don't know if you can hear that locking on. It's like bang, 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 bang. Touchscreen. You know, I can do, if I just activate it, I can just touch the screen and it locks on just instantly. I can touch to take the picture. Bang, bang. Zoom out a bit. Bang. Yeah, it's lovely. It's intuitive. The screen on this, as the GH4, it's like an iPhone screen. It's not capacitive. It's, you know, it's a proper usable touchscreen, and I think all cameras should have that now, even, you know, professional cameras. So I love the screen on it. Beautiful. It's lovely and clear. The I don't know how many pixels it is or what it is, whatever, but it's just lovely and clear. It's fine. Now, out of the box, there are some serious flaws with this camera. Now, I did a lot of research on YouTube, and there are easy ways to undo it. But the first thing is they hide half the menus, which is ridiculous. So before you use it, you need to go into the menu system and actually activate a further menu, which is basically where all the important stuff is. And there are videos on YouTube. If you just search how to do it, you can find out how to do it. I won't go through all that now. And to be honest, if you go on there, you can work it out. It's not that difficult to find, but you just have to know that it's there. So you find the extra menus, you get them, then it's all about setting up the camera how you want it. And if you just want to stick it on auto or use the art modes or the scene modes, of which it has loads and they're really nice, some of them, then that's fine. I tend to use it in aperture priority, just the way I shoot. So there's no thumb wheels, and I think that's where the EP5 would have been nice, because it's got the nice thumb wheels that I'm used to, but you know, there is a way around it. So what I've done is I've assigned the little scroll wheel at the back, I've assigned that to be the aperture wheel. So when I'm in aperture priority and I twiddle that, that changes my aperture. So that's nice and handy on the back, nice and easy to get to, works a treat. Now, the other function I like to have to hand is my ISO settings. And for that, again, there's another function button on the back here, which I think it's like the zoom, part of the zoom in and out button, but it's also a function button. So I've set that, so I press that, and then with my dial I can twiddle and change the ISO settings. Works a treat. So they're the two main things I use. Exposure compensation, you've got on the, you push up on the dial and then you can change your exposure compensations. That's nice and easy to get to. What else would you need quickly? Oh, that's the other thing. When you go into the option, like the quick menu, you get a funny round the edge quick menu. But if you go in it, and again, if you look at Blunty's video on this, it will tell you more how to go through it stage by stage. Again, it's easy to find. But you get it set up, so you press the OK button and you get this lovely menu, and then you can touchscreen whatever you want. So I can change the focusing points. I can change how many frames per second it shoots, which is quick, by the way. Let's just do a quick. This is in low. That's about 3.5 frames per second. And then let's change that to high, which I think is about 8. Lovely. So it's lovely and quick. You can change your white balance, your ISO, your image stabilization, your look of the thing, like natural vivid, face recognition, everything you can change from that quick menu, and it's all touchscreen and then dial, and it's just dead easy. So although it is more of a, what I'd say, a consumer menu driven camera, you know, I can set it up so that I've got all my functions to hand with my thumb, dead easy, and it works absolutely fine. You can put a electronic viewfinder on, but I just think it makes it look bulky. It also comes with a flash, which again you have to put on, and again it makes it bulky, and I very rarely use a flash. I've got it there if I need to pop it on and use it, but I very rarely use flash. I just hate using flash, full stop. So there you go. Video quality, not many functions, but it's very good. I've uploaded my first video, or my last video, sorry, GRVO TV, I'm back using this just set to 720p, just purely to keep the file size down so it uploads quicker, and I think mostly YouTube is sort of 720 anyway. I can't really tell the difference between 720 and 1080 half the time, but we'll see when I upload the video, if I can, from this 4K cinema sort of video, and we'll see how that goes. So I just wanted to give you my first sort of initial impressions of this little camera, and for a cheap backup camera, or even if this is your only camera, I think it's fantastic. The technology is sort of romping on now. I suppose the new version of this will have built-in Wi-Fi and NFC and all that, but I'm happy for the small amount of money I've paid for this to not worry too much about that. It's lovely and compact. I mean, if you put a little pancake lens on it, you know, it's a tiny little thing, you know, pop in your pocket. And but even with this lens and this abomination on the front, it's still pretty good. So it gives, I'll give it a really good thumbs up. Ultimately, I'll possibly look at in the future getting the EP5 once the price of that comes down. But for now, I'm more than happy with the little pen EPL 5. It's a lovely looking little thing as well, isn't it? So there you go. This has been GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Bye.